Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new career mode. This one is going to be with Liverpool. Now you might be a bit confused as why I'm not doing the Southampton one. Don't worry, the Southampton one is not over, it's not finished. I decided to do one with Liverpool as I was really enjoying my career mode offline with them. So why not record it and see how it goes. I thought that everybody at the start of FIFA 18 would be doing a Liverpool career mode. I thought it would be a very popular one, but it's not actually that popular. So that is why I've decided to do one now. And as I said, don't worry, the Southampton one is not done. It's definitely not finished. It will continue sometime in the future. For anyone that doesn't know, Liverpool is the team that I support. So this will be extra special for me. And let's take a look at the team that I've gone with. There's no new transfers, nothing has been brought in yet. This is just my first team that I'm going to go with. So as you can see here, it's probably how you'd expect Liverpool to line up in real life. Mignolet in goal, Klein on the right, Matip, Lovren in the centre-back positions, Moreno on the left, and then we have a midfield three of Lallana, Coutinho and Henderson. Out on the left we have Mane, up front we have Firmino, and then on the right we have Salah. On the bench we got Robertson, Klavan, Chan, Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Woodburn and Sturridge. And then reserves are Solanke, Karius, Gomez, Alexander-Arnold, Wilson, Milner, Flanagan, Ings, Grujic, Ward, Ejaria, Jones, Bogdan, Markovic and Brannigan. But that's not the only team that I have. I have two other teams as well. This is my Champions League team. This is the team that will be rotated and changed around the most. So as you see, Mane and Firmino still in from the first team. They've brought in Oxlade-Chamberlain, Chan and Wijnaldum into the midfield. Moreno out on the left, Lovren, Matip and Gomez out on the right back position and Karius in goal. This will be my Champions League team and this team will be very rotated and played about with a bit just to see who can perform and who can do the best. And then the last team that we have is our youth team. We have Woodburn, Solanke, Wilson, Brannigan, Grujic and Ejaria all in the midfield three, and then with Alexander-Arnold, Jones, Gomez and Robertson. And then Ward in goal. This will be the youth team, so obviously the youngsters. Ward is the older player in this team. He is 24, but that is obviously still very young. The captain I've gone with is Wilson because he does captain the under-23s Liverpool side a few times, and I do like him as a player. So hopefully we'll be able to improve him in this career mode and get him up from his 61 rating. I'm not sure what his potential is. I don't know what any player's potential is because I haven't looked at anything because I feel like it ruins it, and I prefer just going off my own judgment. So obviously here, looking at my first team, there is a big issue. There is a big issue here. This man right here, Dejan Lovren. He is disliked by most Liverpool fans. He's getting on a bit now, he's 27 and he hasn't really proven himself to be much of a good, reliable player. He can be good, he's just not too consistent. So there's only one centre-back replacement that we can really bring in. Everybody knows who it is. Everybody knows who the centre-back replacement that I'm going to be trying to bring in is. If you don't know, then you've been under a rock for the past however long Liverpool have been trying to sign him, for the past year or so, past 6 months. Here we go, approach to buy. You will see who it is, but you probably already know who it is. Here we are, transfer negotiations. It is Virgil van Dijk. You probably already guessed who it was, as I said. Virgil van Dijk. He's worth 24 million on this game for some reason. Real life, he's worth 60, 70 million plus. So we're going to go in with an offer just above his value. We're going to go in for 25 million. I feel like that will definitely be rejected, but why not? Why not try a cheeky offer first? See what they say. They want 38.9 and a 5% sell-on clause. Okay, that is a lot of money. Let's propose a new transfer fee. Let's say 32 million and a sell-on clause of 10% because I don't plan to sell him on, so it just wouldn't really mean much to me. See what they say to that. They're happy with that. There you go, 32 million for Van Dijk in today's market. That is an absolute bargain. Here he is, the man himself, Virgil van Dijk. I thought I'd get this over and done with as quickly as possible in this career mode because everybody would have known that I would have been bringing him in. If you're doing a Liverpool career mode, you've got to bring in Virgil van Dijk. So his role at the club will be important. I'm not going to put him as crucial. I don't like putting players as crucial. I don't know why, because you seem to take him out for one game and they get really upset. So important, I feel like, is the best role for a player. There we go, that's what they were hoping for. How many years? Let's just go... He's 25, let's just go for 5. I don't know if they will accept this, but yeah, that's what they're after. There we go, he wants to sign for 5 years. He wants to dedicate the rest of his prime, really, to Liverpool. They don't want to add a release clause, that is very good. We do not want to add one of them either. We don't want anyone swooping in and taking Van Dijk off of us. So here we go, the wage and signing bonus. His wage at the moment is 78,000 at Southampton. So let's whack this up to 95,000 and a signing bonus of 1 million. I feel like that's pretty fair. Submit offer. What do they say to that? Okay, they will take 88,000, but they want a signing bonus of 1.2 million and 1.4 million after 15 appearances. You know what? I would like to counter it, but I feel like I might mess it up, and it's just, I'm only going to counter it and take a few things down where it's not going to make that much difference how much money we have. We have a decent amount of money. We can afford this stuff, so there we go. We're going to accept it. Virgil van Dijk, now a Liverpool player, as you would expect. So there you go. This first team is looking very, very, very strong indeed. You might be thinking, who else might we need to bring in? Well, left back potentially. A lot of people are going to have a problem with the goalkeeper position because a lot of fans don't like Mignolet. I personally like Mignolet myself. He is, he's improved a lot. And he's starting to prove himself, I think, at Liverpool. Maybe we do need a better keeper, I will admit that. But for this season, I might plan to keep Mignolet unless someone just lets me know in the comments down below who you want to see at this club. So let's just take a look at the squad hub really quickly. And there you go, it's ordered by position. So we have Mignolet. Shamel George is out on loan. Bogdan, we're gonna whack him on a transfer list because I do not plan to keep Bogdan. Karius, I plan to use him. He is still young, still looking like he could be a good keeper. Ward, the same with him as well. He's still young. I still want to use him. Then we have Klein, Connor Randall. Connor Randall, when he gets back from his loan, he's just going to be either released or sold. I just don't have any hope for him anymore. Flanagan, again, I know he's a Scouser, but just 70 rated at 24 years old. It just doesn't really cut it, really. Trent Alexander-Arnold, someone I desperately want to use in this game so badly. He is only 18 and he is 69 rated. He has a lot of potential, definitely. Jordan Williams. Then we have Ragnar Klavan. Again, he is going to go on the transfer list now that we have Van Dijk. We have enough centre-backs to cover it. Ragnar Klavan is going to go on the transfer list. Lloyd Jones, again, not too sure on him. We might bring in another centre-back, another youth centre-back to go along with Gomez. And we've got Joel Matip, Dejan Lovren, Van Dijk, Robertson, Milner, Moreno, Henderson, Pedro Chivera. I've never caught on quite how to say that properly, but I actually kind of want to use him. You know, in pre-season when he was playing for Liverpool and other games I've seen him play, he seems like a decent player, and he's under 23s as well. Doesn't seem like a bad player at all, so I definitely want to try him out when he gets back from his loan. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Markovic may be sold in the future. I'll keep him for now. May be sold as transfer window though. Emre Can, again, want to use him. Marko Grujic, again, looks like an absolute beast of a player. 6'3". He's pretty fast. He's strong. He's got a really good shot on him. So definitely want to use him as well. Jorginho Wijnaldum, Cameron Brannigan. He needs to start proving himself at Liverpool as well now. He's getting on a bit. 21. He's at that stage now. He needs to start coming into the first team a bit and seeing what he can do. Adam Lallana, one of my favourite players at the club. Definitely love him so much. Ryan Kent, someone else I really, really badly want to use. FIFA 17. He was an absolute god for me. I loved him. Shea Ojo, again, another player that I really want to use. Ajaria, and then we have Brooks Lennon. And we have Harry Wilson, Sadio Mane, Salah, Tony Gomez, Awoniyi. I don't know. I don't actually know how to say that. Divock Origi, obviously he's out on loan at the moment. I do plan to use him when he gets back though. Danny Ings, another player that I really want to use, but he's 24 years old, and it's just sort of like, I don't know if he will ever get into the first team, as much as that pains me to say. I really love Danny Ings. If he hadn't have had those injury setbacks, I feel like he could be in a completely different position right now. I do feel sorry for him. Then we've got Firmino, Dominic Solanke, can't wait to use him either, he's an absolute beast. Daniel Sturridge, getting on a bit now, but we'll see how he does in this career mode. Philippe Coutinho and Ben Woodburn, probably the most exciting prospect in this team. So obviously we put Klavan and Bogdan on the transfer list. Now you might be thinking, who's in my transfer hub? I haven't got that many players in there because I do want to keep this kind of realistic for the first season anyway. For the first season, I want to keep this relatively realistic to Liverpool squad and what they could actually do. But maybe for the second season, third season, depending on how far this career mode goes, I will definitely make some bigger signings, some better signings. But the left back position is someone that needs improving at Liverpool, and Grimaldo is looking like probably one of the most exciting young left backs at the moment in football. As you see there, we might have to offer between 20 and 31 million for a left back. That is insane. We also have Christian Pulisic. There's been all sorts of rumours about Liverpool wanting him and trying to go after him, but haven't been able to get him yet, and he's looking like a very good player. And again with Thomas Lemar, again on deadline day, it looked like we might be getting him and he might be coming to Liverpool. Never happened, unfortunately. Maybe January or next summer though, who knows, but I imagine bigger teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona are going to be chasing him as well now, and Liverpool probably wouldn't stand a chance against them. And there is one other situation in this team. It is this man here, Philippe Coutinho. He is obviously probably Liverpool's best player right now. We rely on him a lot. I do have to admit that we do rely on him a lot, and we need to stop relying on him to get us the goals, the assists, whatever. Obviously the situation at the moment is he wanted to go in the summer. Barcelona wanted him. Liverpool said no, you're not going, you're staying, and he stayed here. What do we do in this career mode? Do we sell him in the next summer? Because in January, again, there's a rumour came out yesterday actually saying that he may be going for 120 million. Barcelona are prepared to make another bid for him, but Coutinho himself has said no. He doesn't want to go in the middle of the window, in the middle of the season, sorry. And Liverpool have said that they're going to hold the same stance and just say no, reject any offers from him. He is not worth any price that Barcelona may bid. But next summer is obviously a different story, so we may sell him next summer, depending on what anyone decides. If you wanna just pop down in the comments and tell me what I should do with Coutinho, let me know. Should I keep him on for the rest of this career mode for as long as we can, or should I sell him next summer? So these are all my objectives. I have to. Youth development is sign one player from the youth academy assigned to midfield position. Grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points as soon as they have grown. Play them in 5 matches, either as a part of the starting 11 or coming on as a sub. That is both short term. Brand exposure, gain 130 million earnings from shirt sales. I'm sure we can do that. Financial, within 2 seasons, increase the club's worth by 10%. We can definitely do that as well. They want us to finish in the Champions Cup place, that we can do that, and win the FA Cup. That might be a bit difficult. And then long term, within 2 seasons in the Premier League, win the league title. That's what I'm aiming for as well. 2 seasons, I want to win the Premier League. And in the Champions League, they want us to reach the semi-final. That is going to be a very difficult one. So the pre-season tournament is here. I think we get sort of like 8.5 million if we were to win this. But I don't actually want to play it because the pre-season tournaments can be pretty pointless. So I'm going to fast forward to after the group stages matches are done. And then if we get to the final, I will play the final of the pre-season tournament, but I will only play the final. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can get to the final. But you never know with FIFA and simulating, it can be very weird with simulating. Obviously, we do have a good group as well. Inter Milan, AC Milan and Benfica all in our group. So here we go, Benfica match is over. And we have Borussia Dortmund, well, there we go, we did make it through to the semi-final. Let's see the results. We won 3-0 against Benfica, won 2-0 against AC Milan and lost 2-1 against Inter. So we'll fast forward now to after the Dortmund game. That's going to be a hard one against Dortmund. And if we get into the final, as I said, I will play the final. Just depends what this result is against Borussia Dortmund. If we can get a win, or if we can't get a win. And there we go, we got a win, and we have Benfica, who we already had a match against and won 3-0 in the final. So I will be playing the final then, I guess. What? I just got an email saying that Karius' release clause has been paid to 23.7 million. I didn't even realise Karius had a release clause in his contract for 23.7 million. That is insane, 23.7 million. Do I want to let him go for that cheap? That seems like a cheap amount of money for a 24-year-old keeper who has a lot of potential. But luckily, FIFA has added this feature now after the update where you can go into contract negotiations with the player, which I forget how you do, go on Squad Hub, I'm pretty sure. And you can sort of tempt them to stay for a bit more money and a bit of a better contract. So let's go contract negotiation with Karius. I do want to keep him at the club, so hopefully we can warrant off this release clause that has been paid. So Karius, rotation, will they be happy with that, or will they say no to that? They want important, well, we're going to accept it. He's not going to get it though, he's not going to get important. They want 5 years, that's fine with me, I'll accept 5 years. Let's disregard any release clause. There we go, no release clause, and let's talk money. He's already on 62,000 a week, so let's offer him 70,000 and a signing bonus of 500k. Please accept that, Karius, don't be awkward. They want 50, alright, they're willing to go down on the wage, but they want a signing bonus of 830,000 and 20 appearances, 1.25 million. That's fine by me, because by the time he gets 20 appearances, we'll be way after any sort of like transfer window or anything like that. We would have earned a bit more money, so that's fine by me. I'm happy to pay 800,000 as well for a signing bonus. So he's getting even less money, just getting a better signing bonus, and after 20 appearances, he's getting 1 million. So there you go. Karius is staying at the club. That release clause did get paid, but luckily we've managed to negotiate with him now, and he no longer has a release clause in his contract, so no one can come up and pay that for him, and can just get him out of our team, because I do plan to use him. He's looking like he could be a good keeper in the future. Seemed like a bad decision to let him go for 23.7 million when really we can use him for a season, get up his attributes, and maybe if we want to sell him next season or the season after and get way more money for him. So we got a transfer offer from Leeds for Adam Bogdan, and they're offering 1.15 million. That is fine by me. They can take that. There you go, Bogdan. It looks like he should be joining Leeds, and an offer for Dejan Lovren for 15.6 million from Borussia Dortmund. You know what? I'm going to reject that for now, but Dejan Lovren may go this window or in January. These are the players that are getting trained. It is Solanke, Woodburn twice, Gomez and Alexander Arnold. These are the 3 biggest players I think in our youth academy, or youth squad even, not youth academy, they're in our youth squad. And they will all be first team players in a couple of seasons hopefully. Just think about it, you know what, I'm going to simulate this final because I'm pretty sure that most people here, who's injured anyway? Who's actually, oh, Klein's got a red card. I thought someone was injured then because it's then out to play someone, that's good. At least he's just injured. What? Atletico Madrid have signed Ryan Fraser. What? What is this about? That's an insane transfer. Ryan Fraser to to Atletico Madrid. I mean, I've got to give it to FIFA 18. I haven't seen too many repetitive transfers, but I've seen some weird ones, like this one. Ryan Fraser to Atletico Madrid. All right then, fair enough. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that most of you guys just want to see the Premier League as soon as possible, and I want to play the Premier League as soon as possible. So we're going to fast forward, what? Simulate this game. Hopefully we can win the final and get a bit more money. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we lost 4-3 on pens. Wow. Okay then, that's bad. Didn't want to do that, but we lost out a bit of money, but it's really not that much. We earned some from the group stages and won the semi-final. I think in total we only lost out on about 4 million-ish, so it's not really that much of a difference. So we've got a transfer offer here for Alberto Moreno. I want to keep him in the squad for now, so we're going to go ahead and reject that. 6.8 million, I think he's worth more than that as well. And as you can see there, Adam Bogdan's transfer talks broke down, unfortunately. It seems to be happening a lot in FIFA 18. It is quite frustrating. So, Ragnar Klavan, an offer for 6.9 million from West Brom. His value is 6 million. He's worth up to 7.7, our club says. So I may delegate a negotiation and say start the offer at 7.7 million. Don't sell player for less than what was their offer. I think it was like 6.5 or something. Just don't sell him for less than 6.5 and start the offer at 8 million actually, because I kind of want to get 8 million off him. So let's see what goes on there. So as you can see here, Grimaldo has gone on loan to RB Leipzig. We're a bit of a weird one, to be honest, a bit of a strange one, but I mean, I guess if he wants to go on loan there, he can go on loan there. Obviously, we've lost out on Grimaldo for this season, so we're going to have to find maybe another left-back replacement. And there you go, we come back to us, and 7.4 million for Ragnar Klavan. That is good. There we go. He's accept that offer, and it looks like he will be going to West Brom for 7.4 million. I will take that. Another offer for Adam Bogdan. We'll go ahead and accept that from Middlesbrough. Hopefully those transfer talks don't fall through like the Leeds one did, and we can finally get rid of Bogdan. There we go, some good news. Ragnar Klavan has now been sold, 5.5 million. Thank you for your service last season, Klavan, but you are now gone. So I had a scout report out for any position and promising players. So let's see if he's picked up any left backs, which we could be able to sign possibly. Aaron Martin, I've heard a lot about Martin. So we will shortlist him in our transfer hub. He's been approached by Leicester City, so we'll have to get in there quickly. Federico Risa. Not exactly sure how you say that. His name might be Risa though. If you pronounce it like Risa, then he could be like the other Risa that's at Liverpool. Not a huge fan of his stats though, so we'll leave him for now. Any other left backs in here? Reece Oxford. I didn't even realise he was on loan at Gladbach. That's a bit of a weird one. No, it doesn't look like there's any other. Matt Target. I used him in my Southampton career mode. Very good player, but not quite the stature of player that I am looking for. As Grimaldo has gone on loan to Leipzig, we will go for Martin. He is obviously a bit younger than Grimaldo, only 1 year younger, but his rating is probably a little bit less. He's probably a little bit lower down. But if we train him up, I feel like he could be a very, very good left back for this team. And he could go on our youth team, maybe even break into the first team in this season. We will see. Leicester City have had a transfer offer accepted for him. His release clause is 19.5 million. So we're approached to buy. No, it's not players' release clause. It's begin negotiations with the club. From what I've experienced, you can get them for a lot cheaper than their release clauses if they do have one in this game. Obviously, we have 60 million now. We have a decent amount of money. So we will offer a transfer fee of... I don't want to piss them off though. Let's go for 8 million. See what they say. Hopefully that doesn't piss them off, because they can just leave the negotiation. No, 12.8. Okay, 12.8 million. You know, might be fair enough for 12.8 million. I'll counter it. Propose a new transfer fee. Let's go for 10 million. And oh, made that 9.9. Didn't mean to do that. 10 million. And a sell-on clause of like just 5%, just to sweeten the deal a little bit more. Hopefully they'll say yes to that. No, they want their 12.8 million. They do want that 12.8 million. We'll counter it one more time. Propose a new transfer fee. We'll go for 11.5 just because I like negotiating and trying to get the cheapest deal that I possibly can. 11.5. No, they really want their 12.8 million. Sure, alright then. If you think Aaron Martin's worth that much, we'll pay 12.8 million for him. I'm pretty sure he won't have a game face. I don't think he's a popular enough player. No, he doesn't. That's definitely not a game face. Unfortunately, I really like it when players have game faces, but unfortunately he does not have one. He wants the sporadic club role. That's fine by me. He will go into my youth team. They want a deal of 5 years. Again, completely fine by me. That's exactly what I wanted as well. No release clause. Yeah, that's exactly the same as me. There we go. We're agreeing on everything so far. I'm not exactly sure what his current wage is. I can't imagine it's too much, so, but I don't want to mess it up. So we'll go in with 18,000 and a signing bonus of 500,000. Maybe they'll accept that, maybe they won't. See what they say. Okay, they want 19,000, 500,000 signing bonus, and 230,000 after 10 appearances. That is, honestly, that's fine by me. That is not much more than what we were offering in the first place, so there you go. Aaron Martin is now a Liverpool player. I'm not exactly sure how you say his first name because the O does have an accent, so it might be like Aaron or Arun. Not exactly sure, but Martin is now a Liverpool player. We'll take a look at his stats. So, I'm sorry Robertson, it's not that I don't want to use Robertson, but there we go. Martin, he is 76 rated, so he's the same amount of, he's got the same rating as Roberto Moreno. Sprint speed isn't great, that's not quite what I was hoping for. Acceleration again isn't great, it's not the fastest of players. His ball control and his crossing and his heading and his marking and his shot power and his short pass are actually all very good though, so that does kind of make up for its standing slide tackle. Again, very good. So it looks like he's a bit more of a traditional left back actually. He's not one that's going to absolutely blitz it up and down the wings, but he does look like he's a bit more of a traditional left back. He's 5'11", he's fairly tall. So that is actually, you know what, I'm quite happy with that. I don't mind his pace if he does trade it out for a bit more of a traditional left back role. So we have our variation of left backs now. We got Alberto Moreno, who is the pacey one, who can absolutely just, as I said, blitz it down the wing. Robertson, again, a bit of a similar player to Alberto Moreno. Maybe his crossing's a bit better, he's a bit more precise. And then we have Martin, who is again a bit more of a traditional left back. Can get forward, speed isn't too great though, but will get in the box for when crosses come in, for when the centre backs need covering, he can be there and he can cover. And of course we have James Milner as well, who can play left back wherever he is. Milner, there he is. And obviously he is just an overall just a good player, very good at everything in the field. He'll do what the manager asks him to do. He's very high work rate. So I'm just going to change the players' kit numbers now. So Van Dijk, I want him to be number 4 because that's what Daniel Agger was, and I absolutely loved Daniel Agger when he was at Liverpool. And Aaron Martin, well, it won't be number 8 because that was Gerald's number, and I feel like that is saved for a very important player. You all know who it is, Naby Keita, who will be coming to Liverpool. So we will put Aaron Martin as, what number suits him? I feel like number 17 suits him out on that left. So obviously the player that I just mentioned, Naby Keita, is a very interesting one on this game because he is technically a Liverpool player. He will be a Liverpool player come July 1st, 2018. So he will be a Liverpool player then. But obviously in FIFA there's no way of them doing that, I don't think, where he can come to this, the club next season. We can either sign him next season, but that will cost us a lot more money if we sign him next season because it would have improved, his stats would have gone up. Or we can just sign him now. So I feel like we should just go for him now. His value is 30 million. I think we have enough to get him. Let's just see. Let's just dive into transfer negotiations and see if we can get Naby Keita right now. To offer a transfer fee, we have 46 million to work with. So let's offer a transfer fee firstly of his value, just above his value, 32 million. Submit offer. 32 million. What are they saying to that? Okay, I feel like they've wasted their trip here. Really? Really? His value was 30 million. I thought I'd offer 32 million. Transfer talks are broken down though, Naby Keita. We're going to have to wait a few weeks because that doesn't mean the transfer negotiation is over forever. We just have to wait a few weeks and maybe sign him a bit later in the window. So here we go then. Our first game of the series is against Watford. It is our first Premier League game of the season. And after this game, we'll see a bit more where we need improving, who seems a bit weaker than the others. So this is the team that I'm going with. Mignolet, and then we have Klein, Matip, Van Dijk and Moreno as the back 4. Lallana, Henderson and Coutinho all in midfield. Mane out on the left, Firmino up front, Salah out on the right. And the bench is what you'd expect from the bench really. Oxlade, Woodburn, Sturridge, Wijnaldum, Chan, Lovren and Robertson. But you know what? People are going to start thinking I dislike Robertson. It's not I dislike Robertson. I just really want to test out Martin and see how good he is. So we'll sub him on a bit later in the game and see how he does. But this is the starting 11. Let's do this. So we're here at Vicarage Road in Watford to get our first win of the season, hopefully. Obviously this game went a bit out the window in real life. 3-0, a very exciting game from a neutral point of view. Very frustrating from a Liverpool fan and probably a good result as well from a Watford point of view. There you go, you can see the 2 new signings there, Bellarabi and Chalobah. Bellarabi, that is a good signing for them, and Chalobah is an actual signing they made in real life. So they do have a decent team behind them, it's just whether they can come away with the win. Just so you guys can see as well, here we go, the sliders are all on 50, 50, 50, 50, and the same for the CPU gameplay as well. I'm currently playing on Legendary. If it does get too easy in this career mode though, I will have to whack on some sliders and we'll adjust things up. I did have to put on a few sliders in my Southampton career mode. If you haven't seen that, I did have to put on a few sliders in there because it was getting a bit too easy. So obviously in this Liverpool one, we'll start off neutral, start off on Legendary, but if it does get a bit too easy, which I imagine it will do, then we will put on some sliders, and it does make a big difference actually when you adjust the sliders. It's Coutinho up to Henderson. Henderson going for a driven pass out to Mo Salah. Mo Salah to Coutinho. Mo Salah gets it back. Turn. Finesse Mo Salah from the edge of the box. Oh, that's a brilliant goal. How the I was not expecting that to go in, but that, Mo Salah, is how you make your Liverpool debut in the Premier League. What a goal from Salah. What a, that's probably the best goal scored on FIFA 18, like, full stop. Not even compared to the Southampton career mode, not compared to any of my offline career modes. This goal was just insane from Salah. I really was not expecting that to go in. I was just going for it, gonna have a dig, test the keeper out. But Mohamed Salah, that is how you make an impact in the Premier League. Look at it, it just sets it up so high, so high, just clips onto the crossbar. What a goal from Salah, and we are 1-0 up in the first 3 minutes. Troy Deeney now, one of the main threats in that Watford team, whips it in. No! Oh, okay then, well, Watford have just scored from their first attack as well. This turned out like the game in real life. 1-1 in 5 minutes. Somehow it's 1-1 in 5 minutes. I struggled to deal with that. I really did struggle to deal with that. Matip should have had a better header than that, but he just heads it on. Klein is just really slow to react, a bit too small as well. So there you go, it's 1-1 already. Troy Deeney again on the ball. He's had a lot of the ball this game for Watford. Joel Matip trying to tackle him. Oh, it's a good shot from Pereira, I think that was. Mignolet pulls off the save. Good reactions. Moreno manages to win the ball back. Gives it to Mane. Mane in the middle to Coutinho. Coutinho up to Henderson. There we go. Henderson wins the strength battle. Henderson now pushing us forward to Mane. Mane now looking for Firmino. That's a good ball from Mane. Firmino now going to try and dribble it on the inside of the box. Whack it in. Henderson's there. Henderson, get there, please. Oh, I'm going to be caught here on the break. Pereira rushing forward. Gets up to Troy Deeney. Come on, Van Dijk. Van Dijk. He's having to do Moreno's job as well. He's managed to fit through the middle there. Oh, Klein saving us. Getting his foot in there. There you go, guys. Half time is here. We are drawing 1-1. That opening 5 minutes was pretty insane with an absolute wonder goal from Mo Salah. Probably, definitely a potential for goal of the season there, and he may even be goal of the season. And then Watford managed to draw one back thanks to bad defending from me. And since then, it hasn't really been that exciting of a game, been pretty average. But we're going to bring on Martin now for his debut, a bit earlier than expected because Moreno is injured, and I thought it might be one of those injuries that he could just run off, but it hasn't run off yet. So we're going to bring him out at half time to make sure Moreno's okay and he doesn't get injured even more. Martin making his debut now. Looking for Martin maybe, there we go, gets it to Martin. Aaron Martin. Brings it in to Firmino, Roberto Firmino. Oh, Mane's got there, Sadio Mane! There we go! Scored 2 goals. And Mane is going to celebrate with the old, that celebration. That celebration is a bit of a strange one, new one in FIFA, I do actually quite like it though. But there you go, Sadio Mane, quite lucky to get the deflection there, but it's a good finish from Mane. And you see Martin nearly getting his first assist actually, he's taken it slow. Firmino shoots. The ball bounces to Mane. Mane on the half volley. Managed to control it. Lets it bounce. Or did he volley that? Oh, he volleyed that. He controlled it and then volleyed it from Mane. Better goal than I actually thought it was. Very good finish from Sadio Mane. We're now 2-1 up. With Delana. Went for the through ball to Coutinho. Didn't quite work out though. Van Dijk going to have to deal with Troy Deeney here. Troy Deeney, good shot. Mane looking for Coutinho. Coutinho looking for that first time ball to Firmino. It's worked out. Berber spin on the inside. There we go. Whip it in maybe. Oh, that's Firmino. Firmino. What was that cross? Make our first few substitutions then. We're going to bring on Wijnaldum. And we've already made one for an injured player. So we can only actually make one more. And that substitution will be bringing on, who have we got on the bench? Woodburn or Oxlade-Chamberlain. I want to bring on either of these two. You know what? We're going to bring on Woodburn. Mane, he's had a decent game. But we'll bring on Woodburn and see what he can do. I'm so happy that Woodburn and all like the youngsters like Gomez and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dominic Solanke all have game faces in this game. It's brilliant for the youngsters to be getting game faces. Ben Woodburn now on the ball, up to Firmino. Roberto Firmino tackled there, shot. There we go. I was going to say, sure, that's a free kick. That is a free kick. I haven't quite got my free kick technique down on this game yet. If you've been watching my Southampton career mode, you'd know that some of the chances that I've wasted. But hopefully, maybe with Coutinho, we can slot this one in. How far out is it? 28 yards. We might go for power, actually. We might go for power. So it's a powerful free kick. Let's go for it. Might be a bit too much power. That's not actually. That's a good free kick. And there we go. Felipe Coutinho gets his first goal of the season. And it wouldn't be Coutinho if it wasn't outside the box, obviously. Brilliant free kick from Felipe Coutinho. Just powers it into that top left-hand corner. And there you go. I've scored my first free kick on FIFA 18. It took me a long time, actually. Usually I'm really good at free kicks in every FIFA. But maybe now I'm just learning my technique and getting it down. Good free kick from Coutinho. Look at that, just puts it just past the wall and then swerves it round, falls to keeper. The keeper can't get there, it's too powerful. And we are now winning 3-1. Bellarabi against Martin. Pretty sure Martin won that, but he managed, oh, you know what? That is a brilliant goal. I can't take anything away from that from Troy Deeney. Martin, I think, actually won the header, but he just headed it in to Troy Deeney. Not the greatest of debuts from him, not the greatest mistakes to make on your debut. It might not even been him who headed it. It could have been Bellarabi who got there first, but Troy Deeney, what a finish on the volley. Beats Mignolet, and it is now 3-2, and this is looking like more and more like the game in real life. Let's have a look at this here. Cleverly puts up the ball, and it is Bellarabi gets there before Martin, and then Troy Deeney. What a hit. He wasn't even looking. He did a Ronaldinho. He just wasn't even looking at the ball. He wasn't even looking at the net. Wasn't looking at the ball. Just looking straight ahead of him. Casually finishes it. No. We've been tackled. Watford. Oh, Wijnaldum. Good interception. Vital interception there from Wijnaldum. Now Ben Woodburn. Up to Firmino. Firmino now back on the ball. Looking for Woodburn again. Maybe with the 1-2. Doesn't quite work out. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That is it, guys. Full time, and we've won our first game 3-2. Very close to a real life result. What for that to score another goal, and it would have been the same as the real life result. But 3-2. Happy with the attack. Not really happy with the defence. So we conceded a really good goal, though, to be fair, against Troy Deeney. And then the first goal, the defence just wasn't good enough. But the attack today was really good. And hopefully the defence is just something that we can just knuckle down on in the future. And you know what, I actually just realised we scored 3 really good goals. Mo Salah with an absolute beauty from out of nowhere. Really wasn't expecting that. Coutinho, lovely free kick. And then Mane's goal, brilliant control. And then volleys it in the back of the net. 3 very good goals from us. Alright, so man of the match is Coutinho, and I would have to agree with that actually. He had a very good game. He was a vital part of this game, instrumental in that midfield as he is for Liverpool. Receiving balls, putting balls out, getting assists, getting a goal. I'm pretty sure he got an assist as well as a goal. Yes, he did. 1 goal, 1 assist from Firmino. Very good game for him. Mo Salah also had a brilliant game. Martin made a bit of a mistake, but he did actually also have a solid game as well. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode here, guys. I hope you really did enjoy the first episode. If you did, and please be sure to leave a like. It lets me know you want to see more. Comment down below as well. Who do you want to see me sign? Who do you want to see in this team? Who do you not want to see in this team? Who do you think looks weak? Who do you think doesn't quite cut it for what we're trying to do in this team? We're trying to win every competition we're in, by the way. In case you didn't already guess, that is the main goal for the career mode. Just win every competition eventually in sort of like maybe 3 seasons, 4 seasons, depending on how long this goes on for. It might not even go on for 4 seasons, but we'll have to see. Who do you want me to sign? Who do you want to go? And is there anyone here in this transfer list, transfer short up that I should sign? Should I go for Lamar? Should I go for Pulisic? I mean, Grimaldo is out of the question now for this season, and Keita, I can go for him again in a few weeks. So would you want me to wait a few weeks and go for Keita in a few weeks when we can actually buy him? Just let me know what you guys want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.